Morning, George.
How you guys doing?
Good. We got some piles of logs here, buddy.
So, far end is the last ropes delivery. The middle is the first ropes delivery and the stuff we picked up from ropes. And these are all logs from Benanga.
I got you. You mean Shenango.
Shenango.
All right, we got 2 mills.
This is always fun.
Okay.
Your little baby puny arms, little baby arms.
All right, Mr. Cameraman, you get up here and hoist the bucket.
I would, but I gotta run the camera.
I think you got a son right there that could run it for you.
Don't volunteer. So what are we doing?
Quantity of 10, 4 by 8, 14 foot.
10 4-inch by 8-inch by 14 footers. And what's that for?
My sawmill shed. This.
So your future sawmill shed.
Yeah.
That's really the goal today. The dueling sawmills is all about clickbait.
No, well, I mean, it's good for people to see differences.
Yeah.
If somebody's looking to buy a sawmill, at least they'll know what they're getting.
Overall, you're happy with your purchase?
Yeah. Well, you've had yours a year, you know, I mean.
Sure. But I have an Austin. So it's great. It's great because it came with an Austin. This is the best saw ever.
Well, I went and put options on mine after I bought it, so I cheated.
Well, you want to give a quick overview of yours?
Yeah, it's an LT15 Wide. Got the trailer package, so it's the LT15 Go. And then I bought toe boards, which are here. I bought the stainless bunk covers, which are there. And that's it.
And you can mill how wide?
It'll go 35 3/4 for the saw cut.
35 3/4.
Yeah, they said it'll hold a 36-inch log that's 16 foot long. So this is built to hold them.
And horsepower?
25, I think.
25 horsepower.
Twin cylinder, yeah.
And the blades, you went with a thicker blade, right?
Yeah, so they come with 043 thick blades, and I think they're 172 inches long because it's a wide mill. And I didn't like the 042s because they go wavy on you because it's so wide. So then I tried the 045s, and they were better. And then I noticed they had 055s, and I figured, I'd give that a try, and man, I love them. This is the same blade that's on like an LT70.
No
And
kidding.
you can rip through wood with that. I mean, it is solid.
What's an investment in a blade?
32 bucks?
32 bucks.
Yeah, when you buy a box of 15.
So
You could buy them somewhere else, probably get them cheaper, but
I've had the chance to run your mill a little bit, and I like the power feed feature.
oh yeah.
So it'll feed into the log without, I mean, we're just talking about some of the differences. But you've added some stainless covers. What else have you added? Toe boards.
Toe boards. You gotta have toe boards.
You
Oh my
do.
gosh, those are so nice.
But what he's got is he got an automatic feed, so it's actually a rope. So this rope right here will power the mill, and I was shocked. So some of the things I noticed about it is it's this is,
So you flip it up and you turn the knob and it goes. Turn the knob down and it stops.
that's a nice little feature.
And then coming back, it just comes back full speed, which you can see I bent my bolt already.
Because you came back so fast.
Yeah.
Chipped a little paint there, George.
Yeah, that's it.
So George has his bucket. So one of the things I find odd is the sawdust discharge.
On the same side as the operator.
Same side as the operator, which is odd. It's harder to bring your mill down than it is up.
Yes.
You cranks up really easy. There's a counterweight in there.
In here, there are 2 gas shocks, and they put 300 pounds of lift on this thing. So it's lifting 300 pounds right now.
Gotcha.
These gas shocks, I already went through a pair because in the winter, I lowered the head all the way down and parked it in the garage. Well, they're under maximum compression when you do that. The gas leaked out over the winter.
No
over the
kidding.
cold months. So I had to replace them. So now when I park it, it goes all the way to the top.
That's parked.
Yeah, and then I'll park it for, a day or two or whatever.
Gotcha.
So
what do you have invested in this, George?
with the bunk covers and the toe boards, about 17.
So you've got, George has 17,000 in this unit. And then we'll go through some of the things that you like and dislike about this unit.
I love that unit.
I mean,
I think it's an awesome little sawmill, man.
and then Austin's got How many hours you got on this, Austin?
This says 45. Our other meter reads like 58 or something like that.
Gotcha.
So I don't know which one it is. It's around the 50-hour mark.
So major differences.
30-inch wide.
Yep, 30-inch wide mill.
Right. Which is awesome for such a homeowner mill that can go 30 inches wide. I mean, an LT35, it can only go 25. That's it. You're maxed. So you beat an LT35 with that thing.
It's about half the engine, right? 14 horse Kohler.
Yep, 14 horsepower.
14 horse Kohler. Some of the things that we did is we want to know, we added an RPM meter. Austin, explain the RPM meter and how it helps you.
So, I mean, you can see it's just this wire. It's not attached very well at the moment, but this wire comes up and wraps around the ignition wire at the spark plug, and it's actually sensing the electrical firing of the spark plug to tell you how many times that spark plug's firing and give you how many RPMs your engine's running at. What it does is tell me if I'm running at high enough RPM, if I'm having issues with wavy cuts, they're not smooth, they're not straight or whatever. I'll look at my RPMs. If they're not high enough, then I know I got an issue. It also tells me when it's time to change blade. As your blade gets dull, it works harder to pull through the wood, and your RPM drops. So when I put a brand new blade on, I'll be holding between 4,000 and 4,100.
Yeah, we juiced the engine a little bit beyond what is recommended based on Dan Reed's recommendation. At 4,000 RPM, it cuts better.
4,000 to 41, it cuts really well. I can do good cuts maintaining 39. When I start seeing that RPM drop down around 38, I know it's time.
Now, the engine's designed, I want to be clear, it's designed around 3,600 RPM. We upped it a little bit for the amount we use it. You know, if we end up having to buy an engine sooner, then so be it. But the time we mill is less. So the big things I notice about this is the strength of the steel on this unit compared to the Wood-Mizer. Like the bunk thickness, you know, just the thickness of the bunk compared to the thickness of this. I mean, what is that, 3/8? That's pretty thick.
3/16.
3/16 steel. And then this is not as thick. This comes standard with the stainless bunk covers, which is nice. We've noticed running some logs probably at the very max of this machine. We've maxed out the Woodlands HM130MAX Woodland Mills. Right here you can see we have pushed a log on here and took that weldment out. And that's
actually, look at the short bunk right next, or the short stop right next to it. I think it's this one. Yeah. A log or something hit it, and it's just a tick off.
I see that, kind of bent that out a little bit.
But the other ones are still in square, so if you just go by the other ones, you're fine.
Gotcha. So when you're running heavy production on a mill like this, but we have $8,500 invested in this machine. So it's $5,000 for the mill with the extra, 10 blades. And then this is a Dan Reed trailer from Argyle, Wisconsin. So it was like $2,000, $2,200 for this trailer. And it allows us to mill 16.5 foot long. But yeah, I'm happy with this. Mm-hmm. I'm happy with it. I can see the advantages of both machines for sure. So it's a little harder to crank this up, but this is what I call like a serious homeowner unit, where this is more of a professional build.
No, this is a homeowner unit, but it's for slabbing.
I got you.
So,
because both of them are manual mills. Yeah. Both of these are manual mills. There's no hydraulics turning the logs. Austin.
They're not production mills.
Yeah, they're not high production mills. So if you see this pile of logs, this just made George laugh. Because this is a lot of milling.
That's a summer's worth of logs.
That is a lot of logs. All right, George, what is this thing?
It's a gas can. I don't know.
It's a gas can. It fills from the bottom?
There's a hose that comes out of the bottom and a lever on top that you push down to let the gas flow.
So as soon as
you don't have to hold it up, tilting it. You're not spilling gas.
Austin's washing that gas tank off there.
Spilled a little, but that's not as bad as I would have done with the other one.
That's interesting. So you like that gas tank, huh?
I love it.
It is a SureCan.
SureCan.
SureCan USA.
How many did you buy, George?
3. I bought 2 big ones and 1 little one for the chainsaw.
So the front one we're gonna put on the Woodland Mills.
Yes.
All right.
It'll fit on ours.
Third one goes on George's.
Yeah. It's like 18.5 foot long. I'm gonna take it down to 15.
Why not 16?
Because George only needs 14.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
All right, I'll grab the saw and meet you over there.
All right.
Half of it off here and half off that. You'll have a straight edge that way.
There it goes. All right, now. All right, we're on it there. Are you guys on it down there?
Dog.
Yeah. Okay, now. (23"
How big there?
22 down here.
So this mill will cut a great big log, man. Do you have 30-inch across the blade when you're wide open?
Wide open. It's more like 30 and a half.
30 and a half, perfect. That's
but-
what's
but
important on a sawmill is
The
the
bigger
throat.
issue that we have is making your 4x8s. I have to be careful which way I cut because I only have
Oh yeah, you got to cut 4 high, right?
7.5 clearance above the blade.
Come and measure this above the blade. I don't even know what it
It
is.
looks similar, but
I think
a
it's
little-
closer to
little
10.
more. Yeah, so you're getting like 11,
11, okay.
which is nice because we have run into that.
So here's Austin's toe boards. You got to see this. This is clever. I really like this.
Well, we got this C-channel. This one was supposed to fit sideways and it never really worked out. So the C-channel slides wherever I need it to. And I put a piece of, that's a dried out piece of poplar on there because with these soft woods, if you just go directly to the pine log, then the foot of the jack will sink into the bark.
Shouldn't you turn that so it's facing you or no? So the lever's facing you?
No, because if I do that, I can't get on the switch to let it down.
Ah,
Because
okay.
of the sidewall.
Important tip.
Learned that one the hard way, and I'm not quite square on it. The hardest part of this contraption is just making sure that it's squared up good. Because if it's not, you wind up kind of taking it off of
It starts rolling, yeah.
the stops a little bit. All right, that should be. Okay, so the other one should pivot through, but I got to lose this one. I should have gained enough right there.
It's about 3/4 of an inch.
So we're reading like 22, 22 and a quarter there. Right on 23 down here. It's not an exact science because you're eyeballing it,
It works.
but 23 there.
Uh-oh, Nate's bringing the other log. That is a big log. Right there. We got that knot sitting on the bunk, so he's going to take it out and roll it a little. Just let it roll towards you, Nate. There you go. Grab that. Ready? Hit that in. Yeah, yeah.
It's not quite.
Yeah, buddy.
That's in there.
What do you think of that, John Boy?
It starts really easy.
This is a nice little sawmill setup, isn't it?
Well, I thought this looked big on the mill until you put that one up, and now it looks like
This looks
some kind of weenie with a tiny little log. That I mean,
It's amazing what a few inches of log does, isn't it?
this don't even look like it's worth milling now.
What is the diameter of this guy?
It's like 24.
That's it?
I got 22 on that. I think that's the bigger end though.
I'm sliding, and this isn't the right size socket for this.
Oh.
I thought it was. I mean, it fits on there tight, but
Don't strip it.
man, now you gotta really force that.
Do you want a, just want a socket, buddy, or a wrench? So you're not, we got some big old, you know.
Yeah, maybe a wrench would work. I don't know. I think I got it up 1.5 inches.
If you had a wrench, you'd be all right.
It's still, that's a lot of weight to
It
try
is.
and lift.
It's got it. How'd you mount that on there?
It bolts.
Ah, Georgie.
Yeah, you can see that Wood-Mizer never considered the stainless covers. When
No, that's kind of loose, bud.
I know. The bottom's hitting. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, this is a Wood-Mizer. If you're watching, stainless covers. This. What else? Your grip. Everything needs to be redone.
Oh yeah, the grip.
Jeez, oh man. You're lifting it.
I'm not sure which is easy, jacking it or lifting it this way.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's cut some wood. Now that you ate, you're gonna be good. I don't know that one. Little banjo smoke on the water. Look at George smile. He loves it. OSHA approved.
Not doing a spot.
I don't care if it's live edge. I just want to get that crotch grain in
Well, no,
there.
let's do it. That'll give you one live edge.
Oh, I got you.
It's not bad. Yeah, of course it's heavy. Look at it.
This is gonna be heavier in the pine, boys.
You got your Oh,
It's like twice as
gonna
heavy.
need some help down there. That's a lot of weight. Remember how heavy these are? All right, to the burn pile. Are we burning black walnut? Well, this piece. Sure, grab the other side. What's the other side?
Dad could make like 20 cutting boards out of this. Looks like a good opportunity for a bow tie here, huh?
Yeah, a couple of them.
Yep.
Epoxy it. I hate those.
Oh, George is gonna like it. That's a Georgie log there.
Let's see.
Let me get down.
I can't even.
I gotta tell you, it's pretty. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and scrape it, Austin.
So here's the end.
Unique.
And then as we go up this way, it's a big bullseye.
Never
And
seen the light
arches.
spots.
And man, they got
Hey, look who it is.
some real nice patterns.
Look who wanted to see it. He can't help himself.
That's Nate's dad.
Did you get your shin right on that thing?
Yep. Right on the old shin whacker 3000.
I
What
hit
is
my elbow
that?
on it before.
What is that supposed to be?
What's that?
Yeah.
That's where you lock the head in when you're transporting it.
Oh, I got you.
Let's just take it, lay it right on our mill.
You got it. Ready to go?
Go for it.
The next cut's the, where's the pretty cut, George? Where's it?
Oh,
Probably 6 inches down.
yeah. Yeah, it'll get interesting. We're zeroing in from both sides.
Just a little splash wouldn't hurt.
There's punch in that green
No,
cooler,
just
George.
dump it out. Go ahead. Pour it on there. All right, spread it around a little. Oh yeah, that's pretty.
No, water. A bunch of water.
Yeah, we're getting there. Still got green around the edges, like right here. Very green.
And you said that changes?
Yeah, this will all change to dark brown. The white will stay white, but
The green will turn to brown.
the green will turn to brown.
That was a good pour.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Now get the bucket out of the way.
Sorry.
Go through it again?
No.
Nope, just let it sit just like that.
It's an
Hey, I gotta
interesting,
come around your side.
Going on down here.
lots of inclusion in there.
You can't see it from here.
So that looks like
Can't see it because there's so many people in the way.
we got a camel face in there.
A camel face?
Yeah, see? If you look at it just right, this looks like a camel looking at you.
I don't know. I got shine on it. That is a big log. Well, you can see my shadows. Sorry. But that's what's going to happen. There's the crotch working its way up. There's the crotch working its way up. Oh my God, I can't even stay out of the light.
Nice shot though.
There
It's
it is.
interesting.
That is pretty. That is really pretty. That would make an awesome table, Nate.
Yes, it would, and it will.
Oh yeah, that lit up.
I like the other piece bit. Actually, I like that little notch right there.
That over there?
Yeah.
But you burnt it.
Yeah, you're having trouble getting through here, huh?
Ah, it's hitting right there, George. You just want us to push.
We're stuck. We need a wedge.
A wedge.
But the only way we're getting out of there is with a wedge.
Like this one?
Yep, like that one.
Why don't you just push it?
I can't. The screw is hitting over here.
Oh, I mean like slide it over.
I think this side pinching close. Yeah.
Figures. Last cut.
So if you look in there, you'll see there's a screw that's hitting the top of that slab.
Yeah, this guy.
Right.
I got you. So even if we move it over, it'll hit.
Well, you'd have to move it far enough. Do we have enough room?
Hey, we can just take a.
You might.
Why don't we take a grinder to that for you?
What?
We can shorten that nut for you.
No,
Oh, there you go. You're good. You're got it by 1/2 inch now. That's whoa. I think you'll clear it. That's good.
Yeah, but it's gonna move on me.
I don't know if you'll meet the other side though. Give her a whirl. Hey, last cut. Well, I will say this. I do like the water, how the water goes on with the Woodland Mills. You pull the trigger and the water goes.
I want him standing next to me. I'll show you. I got the perfect ending.
You do? Do a couple.
I know it's going to be a cross joke. Like, that's a given. The fact that you have to stand next to me for it makes me very nervous.
Here's George's wares.
Here are the 4x8s for my sawmill shed. So you got 2, 4, 6,
Well,
8,
13 of them.
10, 12, 13. Yeah, nice. And those are true 4x8s. And the only thing we screwed up was I cut a dip in one. At least I think that's mine.
I think so. I think all the ones I did are on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. And these are 16 foot long, so shouldn't be a problem cutting off, you know, the broken ends or anything. So those 4x4s, those are Nate's, just some blocking that we cut. And then over here, a couple 4x4s. There's some boards underneath. And then over here, slabs. These are all those black walnut slabs.
Most of this came out of one log. Really kind of looked like you were kicking his butt. In all reality,
Well,
he did 3 times the log.
yeah.
We have to clarify the difference between the log on George's mill versus the Woodland Mills. Over double the lumber came off the log off of the Wood-Mizer. How many did you get off the Woodland Mills, Austin? 4. So 4 of these.
4.
True 4x8s.
Yeah. Part of it, so yeah, the log on yours was massive, but the other part of it is only having a 7 3/4 inch throat on the Woodland.
Makes it tough to cut.
I had to mill certain things certain ways, so that I wound up with more byproduct. I probably could have gotten 5 if I could have made 8 inch cuts.
4 and then 9.
4
so there
and
were
9,
9.
yep.
That other log was
just
Twice
over
the
half.
size.
Yeah, it was about twice the size. So in the video, it may not look like it was twice the size, but there was twice the lumber coming off the Wood-Mizer as there was the Woodland Mills. That's why George is here. We have stuff we cannot mill with any sort of reasonable process with the Woodland Mills, and I appreciate him coming. So
There's stuff here that I couldn't saw.
that's true.
That black walnut, that was stretching it.
It was fun though. Like, this was the most fun I've had milling ever. Like, I had
It was a good time, yeah.
It was a blast.
Definitely.
I'm glad that Austin did all the work.
I think with normal sized logs, that's a nice mill. That cuts through everything.
Yeah.
You cut 4x8s without any trouble at all. I mean, you cut way faster than I was cutting a bigger log, but
Yeah.
I like the auto water on feature. Mine was just pouring out water every time we turn around. I had to shut the water off.
We're not used to that.
So the auto water on is good, but that water system needs beefed up.
Yeah, that
It
hose
doesn't
is kind
handle-
of small.
Doesn't handle any particulate very well.
Doesn't handle any particulate, and it just needs to be more flow, and then be able to hold it back a little bit.
The only thing I saw on your mill that would cause me any problems at all is that 7.5 inches you have above the blade.
And you run into that.
Because you want to cut an 8x8 and you can't do it above, you have to do it below.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I didn't think
other than that, man,
This is, I think, only maybe the second time or third time we've run into that being an issue.
Yeah.
But when you run into it, it's really a pain in the butt.
It's half the investment. It's not as heavy duty as this. But
so on this one, when I was cutting the standing 4x8s, it kept hitting the slanted part of that. If
I
I
saw
went
that.
8 1/8, I couldn't get by it. I had to go 8 inches exactly,
Okay.
and it would
So-
rub.
I saw that.
Yeah. So the way you get around that is you leave a 4x4 along the edge, and you
And use
stand your
that
piece
as
up
a stop.
inside, and then you
Sure.
can go 11 inches high.
Yeah. So that's called the throat, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but that slanted part, that's a pain in the butt. Why Wood-Mizer doesn't do something to move the engine over just a hair, or I don't know.
Put the
They gotta
stops
help
on the
you
other
with
side of
the,
trailer.
having the stainless pieces with your
Oh.
toe board.
The toe boards work.
They do. They do.
That was a heavy log. That was a 3,600-pound log. We lifted it from 3 feet in from the end. So, I mean, that toe board worked.
It did 1,800 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're doing an 18-inch log, it comes up and down. It's no problem at all. So,
That was probably pushing it.
I don't know. I love them.
No, I mean pushing, like, what are they designed for?
I don't know. I know. I want one more to go right up there.
So George pointed out that these are designed so the wheels are on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
That has the wheel above the ground. So if you step on it, lean on it, it'll spin.
Yeah, right.
Where this is designed from a safety standpoint, if you step down off the mill.
Yeah, but you know what? If you're on uneven ground, there's always one wheel off the ground
I
because they're
got
such small wheels. And I've stepped on it and ended up on my butt.
Yeah, and I've done that on this one too.
I see why did you pull the cranks off and just use was there a crank? Like, see how ours
Yes,
have
there was
cranks?
well, no, it wasn't a crank on the jack stand. There was a hand crank that you used. It had a socket that went down over
I
that.
got you.
And I said, heck with that. I put it on my drill and went, much easier.
I see Austin's put a nice little dent in a couple of
Yeah, we need one.
What'd you hit
One,
that
two,
with to
three.
break it like that?
I think, if I remember right, a while ago, we were loading a log that found its way over a stop or something and came off the backside.
Might have been me.
I don't remember when it happened because the handle didn't come off when it happened. It came off the next time I went to use it. So
Okay.
it's like, oh, come on.
But I mean, as far as sawing, there's some differences between the mills, but I'd be happy with either mill. I mean,
Me too.
Yeah, I
you
think
can
so.
cut some good stuff, you know?
I do like the power feed.
Well,
Mostly because you can walk
you can get
around with your camera. How is it that when we get a mill, we just push it to the limit every time?
Yeah, that's what I'm learning. It doesn't matter. You could say, oh, I gotta get the next size bigger. It doesn't
gonna
matter.
push it.
If you get the next size bigger, you're gonna get slightly larger logs and you're just gonna keep pushing. It's not the mills, it's us.
well, you know what I found is that there's so many sawmills in Middlefield, and they all want 12 to 18-inch logs. They'll go up to 24. They
I
don't want
understand
anything
why.
bigger.
I understand
Yeah.
why now.
So finding logs that are bigger than 24 inch is cake.
Yeah, no one wants them.
No, and I'll take all of them, you know, and I do. So I'm used to beating myself up with big logs.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Sometimes I'm out.
I'm gonna go
These boys-
pass out.
Yep, me too.
Get these boys home.
I'm gonna go eat the other half of that enormous calzone.
Come on, Charlie. You can do it. Get in the grass. It's easier on your feet. There you go. Look how spry he is. You say he's muscular.